Does your lemon tree look full of green leaves but still struggle with yellowing, flower drop, or a complete lack of fruit? Many growers assume the problem is fertilizer, pests, or bad luck, but in reality, watering mistakes are the #1 reason lemon trees fail, even when everything else seems right. Lemon trees have sensitive root systems that need both moisture and oxygen to function properly. When soil stays too wet for too long, roots slowly suffocate. When it dries out too much, the tree shifts into survival mode and stops supporting flowers and fruit. The tricky part is that both problems can look very similar above the soil, which is why so many gardeners get confused. Welcome back to Green Answers, the channel where we explain gardening the right way, with honest, research-based guidance instead of shortcuts or myths. In this video, we're going to clearly explain the difference between too much water and too little water, how to spot the warning signs early, and how to adjust your watering routine for pots, in-ground trees, and seasonal changes. By the end, you'll know exactly how to water your lemon tree so it stays healthy, balanced, and capable of producing fruit over time. 1. Why watering is so critical for lemon trees. Water is not just something lemon trees need to survive. It directly controls root health, nutrient uptake, flowering, and fruit development. Lemon trees have relatively shallow, fine roots that require a balance of moisture and oxygen to function properly. When watering is done incorrectly, even a healthy-looking tree can slowly decline without obvious early warning signs. When soil stays too wet for too long, oxygen is pushed out of the root zone. Roots begin to weaken and beneficial soil microbes decline. Over time, this prevents the tree from absorbing nutrients properly, even if fertilizer is present. On the other hand, when soil dries out too often or too deeply, lemon trees respond by conserving energy. They may drop flowers, abort young fruit, or slow growth to protect themselves. What makes watering tricky is that both overwatering and underwatering can cause similar symptoms, such as yellow leaves, leaf drop, or reduced fruiting. This leads many gardeners to water more, thinking the tree is thirsty, which often makes the problem worse. Understanding how water moves through soil, how roots breathe, and how lemon trees react to stress is the foundation of proper care. Once watering is balanced, many other issues often correct themselves naturally. 2. Signs of overwatering, what your lemon tree is telling you. Overwatering is one of the most common mistakes with lemon trees, especially in containers or heavy soils. The problem is not the amount of water at one time, it's how often the soil stays wet. Lemon roots need periods of air exposure between waterings to remain healthy. Early signs of overwatering include pale or yellowing leaves, especially on older growth. Leaves may feel soft rather than firm, and new growth can appear weak or stunted. In more advanced cases, leaves may drop suddenly while still green, which often confuses growers. Another warning sign is consistently damp soil that never dries slightly on the surface. If the pot feels heavy days after watering, or if water drains slowly, roots may already be stressed. Over time, this can lead to root rot, a condition where roots decay and lose their ability to absorb water, ironically causing the tree to look wilted even though the soil is wet. Overwatered trees often stop flowering or drop blossoms shortly after they appear. The tree senses poor root conditions and redirects energy away from reproduction. Correcting overwatering means improving drainage, spacing waterings further apart, and allowing the root zone to breathe, not simply reducing the amount of water. 3. Signs of underwatering, when lemon trees go into survival mode. Underwatering creates a very different kind of stress, but the effects can still look similar on the surface. Lemon trees rely on steady moisture to transport nutrients and support fruit development. When water is inconsistent, the tree prioritizes survival over productivity. The earliest sign of underwatering is leaf curling or folding inward, especially during warm parts of the day. Leaves may feel dry or brittle rather than soft. New growth may slow or stop completely, and young fruit often drops before maturing. As stress continues, older leaves may turn yellow and fall off. Unlike overwatering, Underwatered soil will feel dry several inches below the surface, and containers will feel unusually light when lifted. Underwatering is especially common in pots during summer, where soil can dry out quickly. Wind, heat, and direct sun all increase water loss. In-ground trees can also suffer if watering is shallow and frequent, encouraging roots to stay near the surface instead of growing deeper. When lemon trees experience repeated dry stress, they may survive but stop flowering regularly. Even after watering improves, it can take time for the tree to rebuild strength and resume normal fruiting. Consistent, deep watering, not frequent shallow watering, is the key to preventing this stress. 4. How to water lemon trees correctly, pots versus in-ground. Proper watering is about timing, depth, and drainage, not a fixed schedule. Lemon trees should be watered deeply enough that moisture reaches the full root zone, then allowed to dry slightly before the next watering. For in-ground trees, water slowly at the base so moisture penetrates deeply rather than running off the surface. Depending on weather and soil type, this may mean watering every 7 to 14 days. Sandy soils drain faster and need more frequent watering, while clay soils hold moisture longer and require more caution. For container-grown lemon trees, drainage is critical. Pots must have drainage holes, and excess water should flow freely after watering. Water until it drains from the bottom, then wait until the top 1 to 2 inches of soil feels dry before watering again. Seasonal changes matter. Lemon trees need more water during active growth and fruit development, and much less during cooler or dormant periods. Indoor trees often need less frequent watering due to lower evaporation. By observing soil moisture rather than following a calendar, growers can adjust watering naturally and avoid both extremes. Long-term watering habits that support flowering and fruit. Long-term success with lemon trees comes from consistency, observation, and patience. Healthy watering habits create stable root conditions, which directly support flowering and fruit retention. Mulching around in-ground trees helps regulate soil moisture, reduce evaporation, and protect roots from temperature swings. For container trees, choosing the right soil mix, one that drains well but retains some moisture, is equally important. Avoid watering late in the evening when soil may stay wet overnight, especially in cooler conditions. Morning watering allows excess moisture to evaporate naturally. As trees mature, their water needs change. Young trees require more frequent attention, while established trees with deeper roots can tolerate longer intervals between watering. Most importantly, remember that lemon trees do not reward extremes. Overcorrecting problems quickly often causes more harm than good. Gradual adjustments allow roots to recover and rebalance. When watering is done correctly, lemon trees respond with healthier leaves, stronger growth, improved flowering, and more reliable fruit production. Water does not force fruit. It creates the conditions that allow the tree to do what it's designed to do naturally.
For more authentic, research-backed fruit and vegetable gardening guides, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for watching, and may your lemon tree grow healthier, stronger, and more productive with every season.